Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a great day today. Today we are going to do a Shop My Stash update. So I have all of the products that I picked out during last month. We're going to talk through them a little bit and then we'll go in and pick out some new products for this next month. The first thing I want to mention is the Charlotte Tilbury The Super Nudes Easy Eye Palette. I didn't use this a single time. I just didn't. I wasn't wearing a lot on my eyes. What I was mostly reaching for was the Nabla Cupid Arrow Shines that I had in my Shop My Stash. I've been playing around with these because they're new to my collection and Nabla sent these to me, and these are stunning in terms of just like a really pretty one wash eyeshadow crayon. I have really been liking these. They are stunning. I just wasn't really using this to pair with it, and I really think I need to do another declutter when it comes to my eyeshadow palettes. Another thing that I had in my Shop My Stash was this blush from Milani. This is the Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush in the shade Pink Flirt, and I honestly really enjoyed this. That's not focused. I think this gave a perfect subtle blush. It is very much, it's not like a super vibrant blush, but I just think this left my face, like my cheeks, feeling so pretty and fresh. Yeah, I'm so glad that I got to try out this formula. I also really like this shade on me, the shade Pink Flirt. I think it's really pretty. Overall, just really glad I got to use this and experiment with it a lot more. I really like this formula in terms of a liquid blush, especially coming from the drugstore. The next item I had in here was my Nabla Close Up Blurring Powder. This is in the shade Lucky Rose. I think this formula is stunning. However, it hard pans so quickly for me. And it's really hard to build it up because there's so much hard pan on it. So I went and got tape and I removed most of the hard pan, but it is something that I've had to do a couple of times just within the last month. So I like the product a lot. I like the effect of it. It really gives you time to build it up, and like when you do build it up, it's stunning. However, the frustration with it being hard panned a lot is, I don't know if it's necessarily like super worth it in my opinion. I think part of it is just that I need to set my face a little bit more. With the Kosas Cloud Set being in my project pan right now, I haven't really been like mattifying my face before applying other powders on top of it, so that is definitely part of it. But until I finish up my Kosas Cloud Set, that's kind of just the powder that I'm gonna be using. So this along with that just wasn't exactly in the cards for me. I like the blush. I think I just need to wait a little bit until I can start going in with like a heavier powder to set my face first before continuing using this. The next thing that I had in my Shop My Stash was the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. I have mine in the shade Medium. I think this is a stunning product. I really liked the way that this looked. I feel like it did a really nice job of bronzing my face, and the formula is super creamy, super easy to work with. I really did like this. I am gonna throw it back into my collection and pick out another bronzer for my next rotation, but I do really like this, and this is a stunning formula. Can't really say anything negative about it besides that I wish the tone was a little bit more on the cooler side, but that is a-okay. The last two products that I had in my Shop My Stash were these brow products. This is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Wax. I have mine in the shade 5, and then I also had the Milk Kush High Roll Brow Tint. With my makeup style this past month, it has been more on the minimal side, so I didn't really go in with the Milk Kush brow gel as much as I maybe should have. I have mostly been going in with the Benefit Precisely My Brow Wax. The Milk one is a great formula, but it builds very quickly to the point where it's really easy to go overboard. You have to be really precise with it as well. Like if you get it on your skin, it's going to be a little bit harder to remove, whereas the Precisely My Brow Wax is just a little bit easier to work with and a little bit lighter in general. So in terms of me trying to like do my makeup every day, go really quickly, this one was the one that I was more so reaching for. Those are all of the things that I had in my Shop My Stash for this past month. I'm gonna put all of these things back and then we'll pick out some new products for this month. So it has been quite a while. Did take a little break. It is completely dark out now, so I have box lights on. You'll notice kind of a trend with these. They're very holiday-esque in my opinion and my interpretation of holiday. So I went through and picked everything out already. Let's go through them. So I have a few different blush and lip products, but the main standouts that are not either of those categories are these two. The first is the Merit Bronze Balm in the shade Sen. This is also very light for me. but the formula is very creamy. It is very much like a emollient formula. That shade for me is slightly too warm than I would typically go for, similar to the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer, but I haven't used this in a while. I do want to make more use out of it, and I just wanted something really light, really natural, because that's kind of been the makeup vibe that I have been enjoying lately. And the other thing that I wanted to pull in is this from Phytosurgeons. This is the Flash Fluorescent in the shade Fractal Freesia. Say that like 10 times fast. This is a really pretty glitter topper shade. The sparkles in here are very wet looking, really sheer, really pretty, more of a subtle sparkle effect rather than like the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Ritz or the Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadows as well, but it is still stunning, and I feel like this would be really pretty. I'm filming this right before Thanksgiving. However, this is going to be my Shop My Stash for the month of December as well. So with the rest of these color products, you're going to notice kind of a theme, like a trend in color. Let's talk about some of the blush options that I want to choose. So the first is the Benefit Benetint. I love the Benefit Benetint so much. It has been my go-to for no makeup. I love that you can use this as a lip stain as well as a cheek stain. It's really sheer. So it's sheer but pigmented enough. So on my lighter makeup days, I feel like this blends out beautifully. I love the way this looks all the time. I love the shade of this on my skin tone as well. I don't know if it's like universally flattering just because my skin tone is very much like light medium. So I can't for sure say that this does suit everyone, but from my experience, like I didn't think I would like this shade, but I really like it, and I know that a lot of people like this as well. But I'm picking this, and then if I do happen to want something that's a little bit more high coverage, the blush I chose is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk in the shade 41, which is this like really bright red. Let's swatch these actually. So just so you guys can see, this is the Bronze Balm in the shade Sen. This is the Giorgio Armani Cheek, what is it called? The Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tint in the shade 41. And then this last one is Benefit Benetint. So they're stunning, gorgeous products. The Giorgio Armani is much more pigmented than the Benefit Benetint, but I like that I can have the little combo, and both of these formulas are extremely long lasting. And you'll notice that I didn't pick out a powder blush to go along with these products, which I typically do, but in my opinion, I feel like these would work well on their own and would last all day on their own as well. The rest of the products I have here are lip products, various shades and formulas. The first thing is the Alicia Non-Sticky Dazzle Tint Shimmer and Glossy Lip. I have this in the shade number 2. I don't know what that translates to, but it is this really pretty, kind of deeper berry red shade. I also have the Merit Matte Signature Lip in the shade Power, which is this brighter red, like more of a blue toned red. And then lastly, I have the Nabla Beyond Jelly Sheer Lipstick in the shade Crystal Noir, which is very similar in my opinion to Clinique Black Honey, but with more shimmer and a little bit more of the purple tone, whereas the Clinique Black Honey was a little bit more, it was just like a little bit different and a little bit sheerer in my opinion. So going from the rest of the swatches on my hand, this is the Alicia Non-Sticky Dazzle Tint. It's this really pretty, really shiny tinted lip gloss. It has a little bit of shimmer running throughout it, but nothing too noticeable. Then this is the Merit Matte Signature Lip in the shade Power. You can see it's much more cool toned, a little bit more berry-like. And then this last one is the Nabla Sheer Lipstick in the shade Crystal Noir. So overall, I think this is a really curated collection of various berry shades that I think would pair well together. There are some differences in tones, which I don't think will clash because I think when they sheer out, they'll be okay. But these two I could pair together. The Benefit Benetint and like the other two lip products I could pair together as well. And if I don't really care about tone, I can mix and match them. But I think this is a really curated collection. This, along with all the products in my project pan, will be going with me to Thanksgiving in Buffalo, will be going with me to San Antonio for work for the next 2 weeks, and then also just throughout the month of December when the holiday season comes as well. So that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am really excited about some of these products. Some of these products I haven't even really tried out yet. Like, they're a little bit newer to my collection, specifically the Merit, the Signature Lip, and the Nabla Sheer Lip. I've tried both of these formulas before in different variations, so these are kind of new shades to me, which I'm really excited about. And I haven't used the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tint as much as I maybe should have, just because I've been trying to focus on some other blushes, but I'm really excited to try that. I think the formula is stunning, and I think the formula is a little bit easier to work with than, say, like the Rare Beauty formula, but just as pigmented, just as long lasting. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys!